Hello, this is Keith Hall and welcome back. Today's tutorial is going to be within Excel, and we're going to ask ourselves a specific question to get from our data set. It's a very small data set, and basically what we want to try to find is the last time a specific product, in this particular case that we're going to use, the product laptop was sold. And then once we know, or once we gather that information, we want to return the sales amount, the total sale basically, for that last transaction that occurred. So we're going to be using a lot of different functions here. And as you can see, the formula is right here, what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be integrating the index function, the max function, filter, and row function all together, all in once, to get this information that we're gonna get. So, but what we're gonna, the way I'm gonna approach it, we're gonna dissect this formula first. We're gonna go from the inner portion all the way out to build it all the way up. So our first way to get this information is we're going to use the row function. Basically, what does the row function return? Well, if you enter that into your cell and then press enter, basically it returns the row within Excel where that formula resides. So this returns row 5. As you can move over here to the left, you can see that we're in row 5. Now, if I just randomly select another cell and enter the same formula, it's going to return the row where that formula resides. So in this case, it's in row 10. So if I go to hit the Home key, brings you over. As you can see, we're in row 10. So that's the basic thing behind row, and you'll see why we're using this later on within the video. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So our next portion is, well, we're using the row function within the filter function here. So I'm going to be using, so our next thing is, before I integrate row within the filter function, I'm just going to build a basic filter function here. Filter. And what is the array? The first argument to filter is basically, I'm just going to return um, the product names, okay? And then what do we want to include? Well, in this case, we want to answer the question is, when was the last last time a specific product that was sold that was within the laptop uh, uh, area. So I'm going to put in, again, I'm going to select this, Control Shift down arrow, Control backspace. We want this to equal laptop. Close out the filter function, and it returns. Now, what did this actually do? So I'm going to be filtering this data set, whatever range that I select. Now, I only selected the column product area, okay? And which means that it's going to return all values in this include statement. The include statement or argument parameter to the filter function is, I want to this area to equal laptop. So bring me back all occurrences in this range that equal laptop. So that's basically what this did here. Now we're going to integrate the filter with the row function. You'll see what's going to happen here. So we're going to build the filter function again. And the array is going to be this, the row, okay? And we're going to be selecting the product again, Control Shift down arrow. Okay. And then we're going to close out the row function. And again, the include statement is going to be the same as before. Equal to laptop. Okay, press enter. Oh, wait. I put too many. Do this. Press enter. Okay. So now what did this do? Well, basically, it returns the rows in our range, the row numbers in our range, where the value product is equal to laptop. So let's verify this. So laptop, the first occurrence of laptop is right here. As you can see, it's row 7. The second occurrence of laptop is in row 10. That matches there. The next occurrence is row 11. And of course, the last occurrence in this range, okay, is in row 28 of the range. Okay, now our next area is, again, we're going from the inside out. Now we're going to add the max function. Well, what does the max function do? It returns the maximum value of the range that you set it to, okay? So we're just basically going to use this formula. Let's go in there. Control C, escape. Let's go over here. Paste that in. And now we're going to add surrounded by max. Let's close that. So it brings back 28. So it looked at this result set here. What's the max number in this range right here? It's 28. Okay. And if you come down here, row 28 in this range, you could see this is the latest transaction that occurred in this data set because one, right now, this is all sorted by date, ascending order, okay, and it has laptop in it. So let's go over here. Now let's go over to, let's add the index function to this. And now let's go ahead and let's copy this. Control C, escape. Let's paste this in. Okay, now we want to use the index function. Tab into that. The first argument to the index function, the first syntax is the array. Basically, what are we trying to index or what are we trying to find? Basically, whatever we want to find, we must find it within the range that we select. So basically, we want to return the total sale, okay? Control Shift down arrow, okay? And now the second argument to that is the row number, okay? We want to find the row number, okay, within this range, okay, of the latest laptop sale, okay? So that's what we're passing. So that's what this, all this did was it returned a row number for us. Okay, let's close out the index function, press enter. Now you can see that we have a pound ref error. Now I did this on purpose because I want to show you exactly how this is working here. Okay, remember the row function here. Row returns the absolute row number in your Excel spreadsheet, okay, no matter where it resides, okay? Okay, so that's number one. The index function now wants a row number, of the range. Okay, so this is the range. We selected the range HF through H29, and we want the row number in this range that we want to return. Now, if that row number is outside of this range here, it's going to return a pound ref error. Now let's go to the next here, and I'm going to show you exactly what is happening here. We're going to count the cells, okay, within this range here. So the same range that we're using in an index function, and we're going to press enter. Now, as you can see, within this range that we selected, which is our data range, it has 25 rows in it. However, this function here returned number 28. Both answers are correct, but we still need to modify this index function a little bit further, because we have to account for the fact that our data set does not start until row 5. Okay, so that's why if I highlight every single row here, again, we come down here to our stats at the bottom of our Excel sheet, and it says the numerical count is 25. So there's 25 entries in that range that I highlighted. So what we want to do now is we want to account for the fact that our data range doesn't start until row 5. So what we want to do, let's go back to this formula, escape, let's paste it in here, okay. Now the row number we want to actually return within the data range that we select is going to be, basically, we want to subtract out one row. Oh, here, let's go back here. We want to subtract out the first row through the fourth row, because our data range doesn't start until row number 5. So we want to subtract out 4, press enter. It brings back the value that we need. In other words, let's read this again. Let's find the last time a specific product like laptop was sold, and return as a result the sale amount. So if we go down here, okay, this is row number 28 in the whole spreadsheet, but it's actually row number 25 in our data range, from cell 5 to cell 29. So it's our so those two numbers are different. So if we scroll over here to the right, we could see that it returns the same amount. So that's how, this is one way that you could find in your data set, if you're looking for the latest, whatever it may be, the latest entry, providing that your data set is sorted, okay? This is one way that you could get that information. Now you're probably asking, well, what if our data set is not sorted in numerical order or date order or anything like that? There's another solution to this, and we're going to do that right now. So this is the same data set. However, now our dates are now jumbled up. They're in all random order. They're not in ascending order or descending order. It's just a random number. But we want to ask it the same question as we did before, which is find the last time a specific product was sold with the name of laptop, and then return the total sale for that entry. Now, the key here is the last time. Well, our last time basically is our date field. What is the latest date? The most current date that this product was sold. So we could do this a different way by using the index and match along with max if-s function. So let's first build from the inside out. Let's first build the max if-s function. So equal max if s, meaning let's return the maximum value if a condition is met. So that's basically what that means. So for our max range that we want to include here is going to be our date range, because we want to find the latest date, which is our max date. So that's that. And now, what is the condition? We want to find the product that is named laptop. So let's go over here. That is our criteria range, because our condition is going to be found within this criteria range. Our criteria for that is we want it to equal laptop. So we put it in quotes. Okay. So that found the latest date. So again, this is all in different order here. So it looks like the max date in this data set that equals laptop is 124.24, which is the same as before. Now let's integrate that with the match function. Okay, now let's build the match function with the max if s. So our lookup value here is going to be our max date. That's our lookup value. Okay, so we're going to type in a range. Okay, Control Shift down arrow, comma. Our criteria range, again, our product. And our criteria is going to be equal to laptop. Let's close out the max if s function. Okay. And now our second argument is our lookup array. So again, what are we trying to find here with the match function? Okay. And our lookup array in this particular case is going to be the product. I mean, not the product, but the date. Because the first argument is the lookup value, which is the date. And where are we going to find that? We're going to find that in column B in this case, or the date column. And then we want to have the exact match out of that. Okay, let's press enter. 21. So again, let's figure out what this is doing. It's finding the max date within this range here, and it's going to return a position, okay, a number. Okay, where did we find, let's see, let's quickly go down here. It's right here. So this is position 21. So if we count from all the way up here, okay, if we come down here, our numerical count is 21, which is correct. It's the 21st position within this, in this range, whole range here. So now let's add in the index to that whole function here. So let's copy this, equal index. What do we want to index, or basically where is our answer going to be found? Remember, we want to find the total sale for the max date. So our index here is going to be the total sale column, comma, let's pass in the max function, and let's edit this so I don't have the equal sign here. Okay. And then we want to close out the index, and then we get this returned here. Again, it brings back the same result as a sorted data set. It brought back this value right here, 4,465. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you today. It did integrate a lot of different functions that you can incorporate together, and it gave you two different solutions for a sorted data set and an unsorted data set. Again, these techniques that I'm teaching you, once you learn them, you're going to be able to navigate through your data sets more quickly, and you'll be able to understand how to retrieve the information that you need. Uh, I want to thank you for stopping by today. And number two on this is look forward to next week's video, because I'm going to use the same concept that we learned here today, but I'm going to be doing it in Python. So you're going to see how you could incorporate this same, uh, uh, basically same data set, but we're going to solve this answer using Python. So look forward to that. Again, I appreciate your support for stopping by today. You have a great day. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and also please like and share this video. Thanks again. You have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.